Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Salome here. Today is a wonderful sunny day and I'm going out soon, but I really wanted to give you updates and recommendations of what I've been watching this week. So let's dive in. First of all, I want to talk about the worst film I watched this week, and it is Ghosted. Now, of course, I didn't have any expectations apart from being entertained from this film. I know it's not a film, it's a movie, action movie, and I like action films, you know. I'm a big sucker for entertainment and escape films, but when I watched this film, it was just a huge disappointment and disaster. I love Chris Evans, and I don't know whether I like Anna Darmas yet, but after watching this film, I have even less opinion about her than I did before I watched this film. She is just crap in this, and how can you suck in action film? I don't have any opinions about Chris Evans. I still like the guy, but there is zero chemistry between them, so you know, I just don't even think it's a good one-time watch. So another film that I did not like was let me read it correctly, the Guernsey Literature and Potato Peel Pie Society. Now, I watched this film just for Lily James, because as you know, I like to watch her sometimes, but this is a very mediocre, very predictable, based on sentiments type of film. No deep characters, no complexity, so better not waste your time on this. Another film that I watched because of the leading actor was The Five Devils, which is a French film. And I don't know whether this film has potentials to be indie film. If it does, it shouldn't have, because this is a one-time watch film. Adele Exlopoku, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I love her in Blue is the Warmest Color, and I'm following how her career will evolve. This is like a Blue is the Warmest Color gone wrong type of film, and it has this unnecessary crime and psychology twist which I didn't appreciate. So I did not watching the film was enjoyable. However, when it ended, I was like, oh my god, another mediocre film. So, okay guys, let's continue. I have films on post-it cards because, you know, when you watch this much films, you just forget. The film that I did like, European film that was recommended by my friend, is Undine or Undina, I don't know how to pronounce it, Undine. This is a really good film. You know, I like a good psychological portrait, and especially when it is mixed with a bit of mythology really well. This is about the myth of Undina, who is the woman who lives in water, and it's a mysterious myth, but I really loved how this unfolded in the contemporary European narrative. Since we mentioned European cinema, Paula Beer, I think she's the leading actor in Undine, and she also acted in François Ozon's Frantz. And Frantz is a film that was screened at Tbilisi International Film Festival when it was released. I think it was 2016 or 17. And everyone was talking about this film, and I didn't have opportunity to watch it, so I was like looking forward to watch it, and then I forgot about it. I'm disappointed. I have a tumultuous relationship with François Ozon. I like his earlier films, but in terms of Frantz, I don't know where his mind is at, because I think he's capable of making a good film, and I don't know what made him even interested in um, filming something so predictable, so seen a million times. This is a war film, which is over sentimental, and I just didn't expect from Francois Ozon to hear this. Like, the dialogues are really, really bad, guys. It is just ABC dramaturgy from the director Ozon, who is capable. I know he's capable of so much more, and yeah, I just don't know what's happening in the minds of directors who are just going back a century sometimes in cinematography terms. Another European film that I thought I would like more than I did was Ismael's Ghost. Now, I of I adore Marion Cotillard. I really, really love actors there. However, I think the most extraordinary thing in Ismael's Ghost for me personally was Marion Cotillard's acting. Her character was the most complex and the most interesting. The rest of the characters could not compete with her. So yeah, that's also a mystery. Why did director juxtapose these weak characters to Marion Cotillard's character, who is a wife who disappears for 20 years, and she comes back as if nothing happens and expects her husband to be her husband, her life to be her life. And this is a really interesting plot for me. However, in the execution, this film didn't live up to its potential. One film that I have strong opinions about is Far From Madding Crowd. Now, this is based on the novel written by Thomas Hardy, and I just, when filmmakers do adaptation, especially when I found out that Far From the Madding Crowd, this film is directed by none the less than Thomas Winterberg. Thomas Winterberg is one of the most beloved directors in my Scandinavian directors list. I love him. I love Dogma movement films. I'm a huge fan. And I just didn't... there are some scenes where I see that, oh my god, this is Winterberg style and these angles are so good. But overall, I didn't expect this type of Western narration from such a strong filmmaker. And I just wanted to say that I have nothing against films that are based on huge name novels. But if author filmmakers such as Thomas Winterberg take a book and make it into a film, I expect nothing less than what Andrea Arnold did to Wuthering Heights. What Andrea Arnold did to Wuthering Heights proves that there are no stories that have zero potential. However, there are very few filmmakers who can make you see old books in a new way. And in this sense, I cannot believe that I say this, but Thomas Winterberg just didn't make it for me. Okay, another thing when we're talking about films based on the books is Three Musketeers, a story of D'Artagnan. This is a good one-time watch film. What can I say? I was drawn to it because of the cast. I love Louis Carrel, I love Eva Green. You just cannot go wrong with Vincent Cassel. Vincent Cassel is just actor who has such undying charisma. I watched A Blonde in Love, which was his really early work, and I loved it. If you want to, have this really good back in time experience, not even back in time experience. I have told you, there are films that are timeless, and for me, A Blonde in Love is a timeless film that has really, how to say, I don't even know how to capture. It's just an experience, unique experience. So I would recommend you. And the other film that I watched by Milos Forman was People versus Laurie Flynt. This was recommended by my friend, and I loved it. This is just such an entertaining film. It's not only a good film, but it's entertaining one. And I love the charisma and there was some really big chemistry between Courtney Love and Woody Harrelson. Some couples have chemistry, like in Milos Forman film, and some couples don't have zero chemistry on screen, like previous one that I mentioned in Ghosted, Chris Evans and Anna Darmas. So highly recommend to go back and check Milos Forman out. He's a really exceptional director. He's not my type of director. I don't fully, love him, but he is a really refreshing one. Yeah. 3 films that I really loved. First one is American, Blue Valentine. I didn't think that I would love this film this much because the director is notorious for, I'd say, just a good old-fashioned American films. And this one, the Blue Valentine, really proved that he can make good films. The camera here is really good. Michelle Williams' performance is uncanny. Ryan Gosling is fantastic. I don't know, it's just a really good drama. The second discovery was Reprise. You know that I love Joachim Trier, and I love most of his film apart from The Worst Person in the World. And when I saw on Mubi that they have Reprise, which was a debut film of Trier, I immediately watched it. And oh my god, you guys, if I could make a debut film, I want this film to be like Reprise, because it is just so fresh, so lively, so dramatic, sad yet entertaining. The characters are just, I don't know how Joachim Trier did it in his debut film. So if you like his August 31st, you will love it. August 31st, Oslo, August 31st. You will love Reprise, and I highly recommend this film. International Film Festival in Tbilisi. This is the filmmaker who I love. My favorite South Korean filmmaker. Him and Lee Chang-dong. This is Hong Sang-soo. Oh my god, Hong Sang-soo. He is exceptionally good, and this week I watched his On the Beach at Night Alone. I have nothing more to say than watch it immediately, listen to it, stay with this director. He is just so good. Reminded me of Yasuziro Ozu in terms of repetitive dialogues, narrations, same old actors, delicate personal subjects, and the simplicity of narration, and not this, there is no ambition in his film, and it flows like life. And yet it's so entertaining. It's not a reality show. It is a film of my heart, which means it makes you see. It makes you see without judgment, without ambition, without, when you feel that someone wrote it, you feel that in Hong Sang-soo film there is no writing. It just goes. It just flows as river. So thank you so much for joining and watching films. These are just my thoughts. Don't forget, I'm not imposing it to anyone. I just want to create this film lovers community because, you know, they are the best.